It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our esteemed chief guest for the day, Dr. Kalaiselvi Nallathamby, Director General, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, and Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, DSIR, Government of India. She holds the prestige of being the first Indian woman to head CSIR and is also the first Indian woman scientist to head the CSIR Central Electrochemical Research Institute. Having completed her graduation and post-graduation in chemistry, she pursued her PhD from Annamalai University. She has over 25 years of research experience and is credited with developing novel materials to be used as electrodes in lithium-ion batteries that improve their storage capacities. One of her notable contributions is the multi-fund project that focused on multifunction electrodes and electrolytes. She has several research papers and patents to her credit. 4 of her research papers have been selected under highest cited top 25 articles of Elsevier. She has also played a pivotal role in popularizing and promoting e-mobility in India through collaborations with MNRE and TIFAC. She has also been instrumental in preparing key reports for several national missions. She has received several accolades, including the prestigious C.V. Raman Mahila Vigyan Puraskar and Materials Research Society Medal. We are indeed honored to be graced by her presence at the Convocation Ceremony. I now invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Nallathamby, to kindly address the gathering.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant morning to each and every one of you. I'm very, very happy, extremely happy to be a part of the 3rd convocation of the great institution in the name of Somaiya. And I came to know this morning that this is the 3rd generation taking care of this great service, and this is the 3rd convocation. And for engineering discipline, this is the 1st convocation, and hearty congratulations to each and every one of you. This particular institution is making me to get excited, and I'm totally thrilled for a number of reasons. So for I'm representing the family of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. It's a big family, huge family, 37 national labs across the country in 25 different states, containing more than 10,000 employees, and most of them are scientists. And we proudly used to say, country got independence only in the year 1947, but CSIR was established even 5 years before the country became independent India. And therefore we always lift our collar up and say that we are seniors to even independent India. I thought that we are the only seniors than independent India, but today I'm forced to and made to understand and learn that here is a great services, educational services. This Somaiya institutions also was founded in the year 1942, and therefore big hats off to this particular great legacy bearing family and their service. Because Council of Scientific and Industrial Research is a council which was planned by number of visionary leaders. And if at all you want to find out who is the architect of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, it is not a single person, it's a great galaxy of visionary leaders, number of talent, academic pool, and it was a great teamwork by means of which we got our establishment in the year 1942. But here comes one single man. It's a single man army, it's a single man battle, and this particular Somaiya family has come forward. Even before India became independent, a family was able to dare to, strong enough to, they had the boldness to plan that independent India requires first of all educated men and women, and therefore this is the time to start an educational institution. Big hats off to you. Please receive all the credits in the name of your forefathers, and of course you have an equal share in that. Because many things, starting is very easy. Normally we say starting is half work done. Though it is difficult, starting could be done, but it is much more difficult to get it in a sustained manner and see that it is progressing in some cases steadily and in some cases very fast developments also. So in that particular thing, I would categorize this particular institution for its growth under this fast track development. Because I could see one of the students, today you are all graduating, and one of the students who graduated in 80s is sitting here as a board of governance member, and I think you can just show your face at least. He is a role model. So he just told me he is getting goosebump moments today because several years back he got graduated from this institution. In 80s there were only 5 buildings, and in 4 decades this particular academia and this particular institution and this particular family has grown to the level of 20 different buildings. It is not only buildings. I completely echo the sentiments of the graduate student who gave the speech here from engineering. He said, Aryabhatta initially looked and it appeared that it is only a constructed structure. But later on I realized it is the place where he really gained the wisdom. Friends, I would say this institution is unique in very many different ways. I have addressed many convocation functions, but never I have seen a convocation galaxy which is having natural abundance also. Very organically it is there. In many places they will plant the trees artificially, but here this place is now arranged in such a manner you are still not going away from the nature. What is it that which is important today is science and technology is giving you a lot of developments, lot of progress. We are reaching different heights. But are we living close to nature? It's a questionable question. It's $1 million worth question, to what extent we are living close to nature. The second important question that is bothering current situation and the current generation, and it should bother the upcoming generation, is to what extent we are living close to our cultural heritage. To what extent we are able to maintain, manage, upkeep and make sure that all the values, core values of life, core values of the country, core values of the family, core values being taught in educational institutions, to what extent they are going to get maintained in the coming years, in the coming generation, is a questionable question. I always used to feel that in the name of progress, in the name of development, in the name of science and technology, are we going totally in a different direction? But friends, just take my words, believe my words, trust me. I'm just sharing it from the bottom of my heart. This institution is giving me a great contented feeling that still educational institutions and families, philanthropic families, are extending their service and they are taking care of these particular values, both in terms of academic values and also values of life. Again, hats off to you and the complete galaxy of all the professors. And in no other convocation I have seen students giving graduation speech. Because in the agenda I just happened to read graduation speech. I was looking whether Vice Chancellor is going to give or who is going to give the graduation speech. And this is one institution wherein they are already treating you like the way you are the representative of the guests who are decorating the stage today. And therefore, the students, those who are coming from the other end, and they echoed your feelings, but the institute is celebrating each and every one of you in the name of student representatives. I think this is a great cultural example. And the disciplines in which you are getting degrees, again I am getting goosebump moments. Sorry for my ignorance, I never knew that in India there is one institute which is offering degrees in Dharma science. I never even thought about it, dreamt about it. I never had any kind of a clue that one university will be able to think this much strong, and they can even prepare the curriculum. They are able to attract the students. They are able to convince the parents. They are able to even, I would say, get the acceptance from the society that Dharma science is also the need of the hour. In my view, if you ask me, Dharma science is the need of the hour. And therefore, these unique attempts being paid by this university, it requires, I do not know what is the correct word in English, but it is more than appreciation. All of us should really, really give a big round of applause to Somaiya family. Friends, the first girl who actually was talking about her experience, so she also made it very clear. She was not having any clue by the time she joined here. And she made it so nicely, she narrated it so nicely that she got navigated, her travel, her career, got navigated by this particular institute and all the prefaces. And therefore, there's no doubt, this is the place. Somaiya is a lighthouse. Somaiya is acting as a lighthouse and it is navigating your career path. And you people are also today taking the oath that you will become the ambassador for the university. Not only to spread the name, not only to make it popular for the name, but also the core values being taught in this particular university. And friends, I'm really thrilled and I'm getting so much satisfaction that country is moving in the right direction. And the Department of Education is doing the required service in the way it is supposed to do. Many a times, we always say, the parents are the proud parents, and parents do a lot of sacrifice, and parents are the ones who can really understand what is required for my son and daughter. And that is the particular reason due to which I also join along with the students. I really give a big salute to all the proud parents who have chosen this particular institute for the studies of your children. Because the way the foundation is laid, that is where, or that is the pattern in which the building will be constructed. You have chosen the right way, you have chosen the right destination, you have chosen the right path, and therefore your students are really getting positioned in the nice way. The young girl, when she was giving the graduation speech, she also expressed her happiness. She also expressed her experiences. She said, I gained some experience. And she used one word that is my favorite word. She said, this institution is helping us to stay relevant. It's $1 million worth word. I especially appreciate that particular young girl, because she is understanding the meaning of the word, that today the very important thing is to what extent all of us stay relevant for our existence. If you just see even the way science and technology is growing, even technologies are not long-lived these days. Friends, once upon a time we used to say, my forefather used this handbag, my father used this purse, and I am also using, and I am going to gift it to my son also. So that is the way we normally used gadgets. But these days, gadgets are no longer getting shared by parents or generations after generations, because even in one generation, one single human being is going on changing the gadgets. I'm talking about the mobile phones and all the e-gadgets. If at all you are using the mobile phone for more than 5 years, the same mobile phone, it goes without saying, definitely you are 50 plus. If you are using the mobile phone for more than 3 years, it is again goes without saying, you are 30 plus or 40 plus. If you are changing the mobile phone every year, definitely you have just recently got your job. If you want to change your mobile phone at least twice in a year, it is a clear-cut evidence you have never started hunting for a job. You are still living with your father and mother's money. So these are the indications. Why? Because technology is really pulling you. It is becoming a crowd-pulling technology. And technology is making you to think for changes and changes. And we always justify, especially youngsters justify. Ma'am, even history says, even education says, even science says, changes are the only symbols of development. That is why we want all the changes. I agree with you, my good friends. But what I mean to say is, technologies are also short-lived. But nothing else, like values cannot be short-lived. The growth cannot be short-lived. The progress cannot be short-lived. Accomplishments cannot be short-lived. That is where you are getting the education, your graduation, which is going to be there with you as an inseparable component of your lifestyle. So friends, please take all the messages, carry all the messages. I mean all the messages because you would have received only positive messages. You would have received only the right choice of messages from this campus. And therefore, please carry forward all the messages and carry forward all the character. Because in the oath also, Samir ji just pointed out one particular thing. The second paragraph was composed by his grandfather in Gujarati, and he got it translated in English. What a great, great golden words. Every word and every alphabet. I request you, Samir ji, please make it as a photograph and keep it in every classroom. At least the students should read it at least once a while, and the words will get embedded here, and the words, they themselves will direct the students further. Because every word, every alphabet is carefully architectured in that particular poem or composition. And he has also given the English translation. Please read it again and again. And if you follow those few lines, I think that is the best payback that you can give to your family, your organization, that is your Vidyalaya, and this particular nation. Friends, you can ask me, ma'am, I'm just an undergraduate, I'm just a postgraduate. What only you want me to contribute to the country? Friends, I will tell you, little drops of water only make the mighty ocean. Whatever small contributions you do, whatever small, I would say, accomplishments that you make, everything counts in the growth of the country. Once upon a time, country was thinking that space sector, strategic sector, everything should be governed very confidentially, very secretly. It should be done by only set of government organizations and strategic organizations and ministries. But now, the style is changed, the pattern is changed. Now, we started giving it to private sector, we started giving it to startups, because more than bigger industries, more than the industries which are big in size, we started believing startups and MSMEs and tiny industries. So the word tiny, the word nano, the word micro, the word small, that is again a buzzword. It is a keyword. Once upon a time, we used to get excited by looking at bigger versions of buildings or architectures and big structures. But now, we started admiring small things. We say it is cozy, it is tiny, it is slim, it is sleek, it is size 0, it is the miniature. And therefore, we have to follow the same minimalization. We call it as even lifestyle also. To what extent we are able to follow the minimalism. I think that is the requirement of today. So friends, try to compare India in the global arena. Whatever science you do, whatever technology attempts you make, whatever new ventures you do in the name of India, please see that it should not only be appreciated in India, but also it should be accepted, appreciated, and implemented across the globe. Why am I telling this? Again, in your convocation oath and in the graduation speech, it was mentioned that we should be self-disciplined and we should be self-reliant. It is not only holds good for only individuals. Time has come, country also need to be self-reliant. Consider the geopolitical situations. Countries need to be self-reliant. Therefore, to what extent you and me, we are going to contribute to help the country to become Atmanirbharta, to become self-reliant, so that the way the country's national leadership is dreaming that India in 2047 should be a developed country, and therefore it is beautifully named as Viksit Bharat 2047. My young friends, I'm just requesting you, I'm placing it as a request to each and every one of you. Please read and understand what is the meaning of Viksit Bharat 2047. What is it that the country is planning for Viksit Bharat 2047? Unless otherwise this planning is getting support from you as youngsters, unless it is getting support from the teaching faculty and the philanthropic families and the society, I think India may not be able to make it in reality. But definitely India is going to make it as a reality in the coming time. I used to fondly say, whether you accept it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you trust it or not, whether you dream it or not, countries across the globe, they started believing that India is going to be the supreme power in the field of science, technology, innovation and entrepreneurship in the coming days. Once upon a time when I was graduating as a UG scholar as well as a PG student, all the time I was thinking that what next I can study or who will give me the job. But now you guys, you have two different options. Who will give you the job is one category, and the second category you are thinking who else and all could be given job by me. Meaning is the moment you educate something, you can also give jobs to others. So one set is job seekers, the second set is job providers. So country also believes that such kind of startups should be definitely encouraged. And if you just see India, India is the third largest startup holding country across the globe. Therefore friends, don't waste any more time. Now you are fully qualified, you are energized, you have been given enough education, you have been given enough boldness, you have been given enough confidence, and you already witnessed number of role models. I happened to listen to your Samirji. He said that he used to roam around this campus, and one day when he was roaming around the campus, one girl, he used to talk to even students, and one student asked, it seems, what is your name and can I take your mail ID? And he gave his name and he shared his mail ID also. Can you ever see such a simple chancellor who is roaming around in the campus and talking to students without even showing his identity, without even telling who he is? I think you should take this kind of examples. These are lifetime lessons. And please put your hands together for Samirji for this kind of leading by example. He is leading this institution by example. Please take all good lessons from each and everyone that you really meet with. And therefore, you have now the education, confidence, strength, and you got everything, and you have role models, and all your teachers, everyone. Within 1 hour, I could understand the kind of dedication with which every staff member is working here. So please follow the footsteps. Take only one particular point in your mind. The country has given you the education in the name of parents, in the name of teachers, in the name of philanthropic society. But what is it that you can pay back to this country? Only one thing you can pay back to the country. Make the country to feel proud in the name of you, in the name of your family, in the name of this educational institution, by means of which your work, your accomplishment, your growth, and your projections should make India feel proud in the entire globe. I am ready to wait for the day to celebrate the success of Somaiya in the name of some indigenous technology which will be accepted globally. And therefore, I wish and I pray the common God, Mother Nature, that this university and this entire family of Somaiya is not only the family members, you and me are also because the moment you enter into the campus, we are all getting accepted as the family members. So all of us should receive the choicest blessings, and you and me should work together and make India to feel proud in the global arena. I wish all the best to all of you. Hearty congratulations to all the graduates, and my best wishes to the teaching faculty, and my pranams to the great society. I wish to conclude my talk by telling one thing. I'm extremely privileged, extremely thankful, extremely honored to your Vice Chancellor, without whom I would not have accepted this particular invitation. And I would have definitely missed the opportunity of visiting such a holy place in Mumbai. This is such a great holy place and paradise in Mumbai. And Rajshekharan Pillai ji, thanks a lot. My pranams to you. And one more time, my namaskar, my congratulations, my best wishes to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Vanakkam, Nandri.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspirational address and warm wishes. I'm sure your advice and encouraging words will remain ingrained in the hearts of our graduates.